Hey, y'all, hope y'all are doing good. Wanted to jump on here and kind of talk about some of the Josh Heupel rumors and the fact that he addressed these rumors. The rumor going around was that Penn State was maybe interested in talking to Josh Heupel or in filling that head coaching vacancy that they had when they fired James Franklin this season. Josh Heupel has addressed these rumors and said he's fully committed to Tennessee. He loves Tennessee, and he gets that the fans are not happy at Tennessee this year because of the season, and he loves that, the fact that we have high expectations and we expect to have a really good football team. I thought he handled that very well. And I also wanted to address the fact that I'm firmly behind Josh Heupel. I've had a lot of people even jump on my videos, make comments, and say, hey, I want Josh Heupel gone. Well, I don't agree with you, and that's okay. You know, we all don't have the same opinion, and you know that. And a lot of you fans that are making those statements, I don't agree with that, but I understand where you're coming from because you love Tennessee and you want us to win. But I just want to tell you, I think that's a bad decision if if Tennessee would have done that, because Josh Heupel has done a phenomenal job. He's got a couple seasons where he's won 10+ games. He had us in the playoffs last year. Where I think Josh Heupel has had some issues is in the staff that he's got under him. Defensively, there's been some guys that have not done their job and coached the team properly. Bad tackling, bad angles, and that's coaching. And I believe Josh Heupel that's something that he needs to address in this offseason. I do believe there needs to be some guys that are gone. They need to release some of these guys because, when you are not wrapping up and you're shoulder tackling, you're doing stuff like that, that's a direct result of coaching. And, Inge and Martinez and those guys, Rodney Garner is not touchable, in my opinion. I think Rodney Garner has proven himself. I would not mess with Rodney Garner. Plus, he's a phenomenal recruiter. But outside Rodney Garner, everybody else, in my opinion, they're expendable. Joey Hazel is expendable. Even though our offense is top 5 in the country, a lot of that stats is against subpar teams. When we played really good SEC defenses, Tennessee's offense didn't look that good a lot, especially in the second half. The throttling down, getting conservative. Don't know how much of that's Hazel, how much that's Heupel. That's got to change going forward. We've got to be way more aggressive. If you look at Tennessee in 2021 and 2022, we were, foot on the gas pedal. We're not letting up. We're putting 60 points on you. This whole Mother Teresa act of not running the score up and being kind to everybody's got to end, and we need to start putting up 50, 60 points again. And I hope it starts this year. Heupel needs to get back into more aggressive, more I'm going to put my foot on your throat. And I do hope that comes back more for Heupel. But listen, Heupel's done a great job. It's not been a good year, in my opinion, 8 wins. But listen, 8 wins also is not absolutely horrible either, right? There's teams that, like Florida, they got, 4 wins this year? Tennessee, Tennessee did do some things. They went into the swamp, and they did win. Here's my problem. When you end the year losing 3 games in Neyland Stadium, that is an issue that needs to be addressed, and it needs to be fixed pronto. We do not need to have another season like this with Heupel. This needs to be addressed. It needs to be fixed. And a lot of it was coaching, and a lot of it was dissension within the locker room, and that's something that we need to fix, and we need to take care of ASAP. I get that Ricky Gibson, I get that Jermod McCoy, I get that Boo Carter, a couple of them had injuries. Boo Carter had behavioral issues, but that still doesn't matter to me that our front 7 at times played really, really bad. The fact that we were out of alignment a lot in the secondary, a lot of that I blame on coaching. And I think, heads need to roll because of that. There's repercussions that need to happen. When you're 92nd in total defense, when you're one of the worst SEC defenses at the University of Tennessee with a level of talent, even though it was young, there's people that need to get fired because of that. That's just my opinion. Now, will Heupel do that? I don't know. But if he does not do that and we have another bad season next year, we can explore Heupel and what the issue is. But I've got faith in Heupel that he will go out here, he will fix these issues. I'm firmly in Heupel's corner. I love Coach Heupel. I think he's done a wondrous job at the University of Tennessee. You look at the mess that he inherited at Tennessee. Nobody wanted this job. Nobody. and he come in and instantly got us in a bowl game. Second year, had us at, I think 11 wins. And then, last year he had us in the playoffs. So any talk about this man being fired to me is irrational and silly. And I get it. I get the fans are pumped up. I'm like that too. A lot of times I say things in the heat of the moment that I don't mean. But, firing Heupel would not make any sense. You lose all these recruits. You also lose a really, really good coach in Coach Heupel. And you don't have anybody out there that's even close, that's available that's a good coach, that's even close to his level. So that's just ridiculous in my opinion. But I do think that, listen, he needs to go out here, finish strong in recruiting, hit the portal hard, especially on the defensive side, retain a lot of the guys on the offensive side. We're good, I think, pretty much on the offensive side going next year. But defensively, listen, we got to go out there and we've got to get some studs in the portal, recruit well, keep developing this roster. We're young. We'll be one more year older next year. Tennessee has a way tougher schedule next year, though. If you look at that schedule, it goes to 9 teams in the SEC. It's a 9-team SEC schedule going forward, which it's going to get a lot harder. But Tennessee will definitely have a better roster next year, and I expect them to be better defensively. But I think they need to get Tim Banks out of there. I think they do need to go out here and get another guy and a better coordinator than Tim Banks. That's just my opinion. But anyway, Heupel deserves that right to make that change and get that fixed. And I'm glad Heupel's back, and I'm glad he addressed those rumors. And we're glad to have Heupel at the University of Tennessee. But anyway, I just want to jump on here, kind of talk about that. He set the rumor straight that he's going to be here. He's not going anywhere. And I'll talk to you guys later.